Good morning, church. Happy Sabbath. At this time, I'd like to invite the men's ministry team to come up. And that belong to this church, that we have meetings on the third Sabbath or the third Sunday of every month, and we're with the women's ministry. We have a breakfast, and then we have a testimony. We'll split up, and we have a men's testimony, and the ladies will have a ladies' testimony. It is a time that the men and women can get acquainted to one another. God asked for us to have unity, and there's a lot of times there's a lot of people in church that we don't really know. We see their faces, but we don't know their names, and we don't really know anything about them. So this is a chance for us to get acquainted, and when we're acquainted, we feel safe with our everyday problems. Men have to lead their family and their children in Christ's ways. Sometimes we need help from other men, and so it's a good way for us to learn about one another and some of the things and responsibilities that we have to do. I would like to introduce John.
Thank you, Tim. I'll be assisting Tim in establishing the men's ministry. And although we're a very diverse group, we're all united in our love for Jesus Christ. And we're blessed with this beautiful church, which was protected, I believe, by the hand of God in this last storm. And it only got bumps and bruises where other churches were completely destroyed. We have a great pastor who leads us with great sermons, and he's backed up by a group of elders and deacons who spend countless hours in maintaining the grounds, repairing and beautifying God's house, and at night they hold classes that edify God's Word. Those that attend have a clearer understanding of His Word and return home awaiting the next class, and that I'm speaking for myself. The women's ministry is very successful, led by the pastor's wife, Tiffany, and the men's ministry is going to be successful too. Our goal is to build a fellowship of believers, young and old, to meet here in God's presence, to know one another. We seek ideas from this ministry on how we can better get the remnant message out to the community, to lead our families spiritually, building stronger ties between parents and children, a family that glorifies God in the home. It is exciting and fulfilling to know we are occupying a ministry that Providence has ordained. And in closing, remember, God cannot be fit into our plans. We must fit into His.
Well, good morning. My name is Glenn, and I participate in the men's ministry breakfast. The breakfast part is the best. We do have fellowship, and I was asked to give my testimony the second month that we had it. I was inspired by the man that led out, Elliot Pinero. He gave a wonderful testimony of his life and how the Lord led him. And so that was how I based my testimony, was to tell my life story and be open that how that we all need the Lord, how I needed the Lord, how I ran from the Lord for many years, and that He is wonderful and gracious to never let us go. He is always after us, and He it was a good experience for me. I'd never gave my testimony before a group of people, and these men were very open and non-judgmental, and it really was a blessing to participate. So I invite you to come to the breakfast and come to the testimony time where we have a devotional and a testimony and a little song service. So it's truly a blessing. So you're invited.
You know, as Tim said earlier, our men's ministry, when we get together, it's very powerful. A lot of times as men, we're leaders, we're providers, we're husbands, we're fathers, and people look to us, our family look to us for strength. And a true man of God humbles himself and realizes that he can't lead that family that he's been entrusted to lead by himself without having the Lord there. So men's ministry is where we get together and we just share with each other, from one brother to another brother, of the challenges we may have, and the encouragement that we need from each other to uplift each other. I don't think, and I've said it many times, we should burden the loads. Yes, we are leaders, and yes, we are husbands and the fathers, but I think it's important for us to get together as men and encourage each other, uplift each other, hear another testimony, like when we heard Glenn's testimony. He's absolutely right. It had some of us in tears, and Elliot shared his as well. And it lets us know that we are not in this alone. First of all, we have other God-fearing men who put the Lord to be leaders of their families. And even when we do that, we have challenges ourselves each and every day. So it's not something we keep inside. It's not something that we try to figure out ourselves. We let each other know. And I invite each and every man here to come out to our men's ministry program. It's wonderful. We get in here and we just kind of just share with each other. And when we're through, it's uplifting. Now, Glenn mentioned the best part is the breakfast. He didn't mention exercise, because after eating all that good food, we do have a little exercise going. So we get together and it might be walking around. My Lisa did a wonderful presentation the last time and had us stretching in ways that we didn't. She was looking there laughing that we didn't know we could stretch. And we were sore the next day. So it's not just about eating. Yes, Glenn is right. That is a fantastic part. But the exercise part is wonderful as well. And then after that, we just, we get together and we just uplift and encourage each other. So like Glenn and everyone and Tim and John said, we encourage you to be a part of our ministry and come out and just support it. It's next Sunday, and it starts at 8 o'clock. Am I right, Tim? 8 o'clock? 9:30 next Sunday. And everything we just described, that's what's going to take place. So I encourage our men, to come out and let's celebrate Christ. Let's come out and say we're leaders, but we invite the Lord to lead us in order to lead our families in the right way. So thank you for your time, and we hope to see more men out next week.
I would like to thank John and Glenn and Dwayne for their help. I would also like to say that tonight at Vespers, Jonathan Swain's going to have some more things on the men's ministry, and I'd like to see everyone there. Also, wasn't mentioned is tomorrow Uchi Pines or next week, next Sunday, Uchi Pines is going to be here, and I believe they're offering massages. So I don't know when we should get in line, maybe tomorrow. But anyhow, it should be a good day, and I encourage everyone to come out and share that day with us. Thank you.